How merry the melodies, how loony the tunes. You realize this means war. By Ray Bradbury. If you should ever want to have dinner with me on Halloween, forget it. I'm out with the kids, trick-or-treating. That is, when I'm not at home handing out goodies or showing friends around my junk-filled Halloween basement. Forget Halloween. What about Saturday mornings, when most decent, hard-working folks are snuggling in bed? Would you dare call me on the phone? No. Why? I'm watching the Bugs Bunny show, which means I am watching Tweety and Daffy Duck, and Yosemite Sam, and Sylvester, and all the other glorious twits and maniacs who first stormed across movie screens to fill our lives more than 50 years ago. And the best part of it is, they will continue to storm Saturday morning screens and video cassettes for the rest of the century, or until Duck Dodgers really opens at Lowe's Moon Crater Cinema. Thank God for the Deja Vu machine, TV. Otherwise, my Saturday mornings would be sunk in that whipped candy fluff mush, that weekend drivel which depresses manic depressives and causes the sick in hospitals, trapped in their TV viewing beds, to slug back the secret booze stash and welcome death. Is this merely gaseous nostalgia? Were merry melodies and Looney Tunes really that fine? They were, they are, they will be. If, once upon a time, we dearly loved Mickey Mouse and Pluto, we were maddened for Bugs when he finally arrived, all calm logic and sanity, to teach behavior to a world that we knew had gotten out of hand. If a gorilla grew bramble hair, Bugs knew how to comb its wig. If the Red Sea opened at the wrong time, Bugs put a zipper on it. If Yosemite Sam's fuse burned forever, Bugs shortened it to a sweet explosion. The list is long and glorious. How many of us, coming out of a theater or seated in front of the set, have tried to remember, in all its crazed detail, the exact dialogue of duck season, rabbit season, shoot 'em, shoot 'em? Have we not, at dinner, on 10 dozen nights, regaled our friends with recitations of "Hello, my baby, hello, my honey, hello, my ragtime gal," from One Froggy Evening, which the operatic frog performs only for his owner and never for the waiting mob? Have we not run with the Roadrunner and simultaneously failed, as we have often failed halfway through an issue of Popular Mechanics, with Wile E. Coyote? Have we not failed again and again with Sylvester, as he boxes with a tiny mouse, somehow ballooned to monster kangaroo size? Shut me up before I run further. Enough of characters and situations. How about a litany of souls and names, the great pratfall roustabout writers and animators of the above? The names Tex Avery and Chuck Jones and Fritz Frayling and Bob Clampett blink across the screen much too quickly. It is good to see them set in type and fixed on paper here. I have in another place described Disney's animators as nice golfing gents, the sort of amiably macho chaps my father used to drag home from the 18th hole. If that's true, how do we describe the Warner Brothers alumni? As both gatekeepers and inmates of the grandest penal nut house in the world. While Disney's cartoonists dreamed up and scribbled down a lovable Mickey and Minnie, plus a dear Horace Horsecollar and Clarabelle Cow, and a very dear Goofy, with only Donald Duck to explode in rages over all, the merry melody and Looney Tune folks banged off rubber walls, tore a real world into surreal shreds, and put it all back together with Bugs Bunny, Yosemite Sam, and Daffy Duck. Only Wile E. Coyote and Sylvester verged on sweetness, but their daft plans to murder and devour always ended with self-given hotfoots and self-invented and instantly tripped-on landmines. Their animators tossed on the screen, as they often did in life, sketches ripped into confetti, to be reassembled in as yet undreamed-of shapes. Their cartoons often suggested those Name the President contests of the 30s, where you had to guess, reshuffle, and repaste Lincoln's brow with Washington's nose with Grant's chin whiskers. Above the Burbank studio, the motto should have read, "You realize this means war." For Bugs was always creating such warfares as ricocheted off him and gunshot the opposition, while Daffy Duck and Yosemite Sam, like Rumpelstiltskin, tore themselves up the seam in frustrated outrage. And what was the pursuit of the Roadrunner but a never-ending pursuit for battles lost even before the first joke grenade exploded? These are all manic moral fables, of course. What better way to preach the wages of greed or eternal frustration than through one foggy evening, where the opera entrepreneur's frog burps into silence when his profit-making aria looms? Or the wages of snobism are Bugs destroying a piano, an orchestra, and a whole symphonic evening by simply raising an eyebrow. On a final personal note, I have known Chuck Jones for 22 years, and he is Foghorn Leghorn, Yosemite Sam, and the Tasmanian Devil, stuffed into one enchilada. He has often called me midday saying, "Guess what?" "You been at your Encyclopedia Britannica again?" I would cry. "Yep," Chuck would say. "Did you know that during the building of the North African Transcontinental Railway, when they ran out of fuel, the locomotive engineers ran in the handiest tomb, stole mummies, and shoved them in the firebox to restart the engines?" Whereupon I would throw down the phone, leap to my typewriter, and write a poem and screenplay titled The Nefertiti Tut Express. As with Jones, so I would guess with the other crazed folks, real and unreal, who inhabit this book. I'll shut up now, for this text says it all brightly, intelligently, and with a proper intuition as to what it once was all about. And anyway, who can outshout Yosemite Sam? I won't even try. Thank you for listening.